Hey fellow Dashers, it's Dean again here with another piece of advice to hopefully help you have a better dashing experience. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about getting yourself a dashing buddy. No, I'm not talking about this guy. So let me first explain my situation and then you'll understand what I mean by a dashing buddy. So about a year and a half ago, I've been dashing for several years. And every time I went into a restaurant, either McDonald's or some other restaurant, I always saw the same guy over and over. Now, I've mentioned him in other videos. His name is Eddie. And since then, he's become a good friend of mine. And so we would run into each other, and while we were waiting for orders, we would talk to each other, and then go our separate ways, and then go to another restaurant later, and I would see him again. So we would just saw each other all the time. And I'm not sure exactly how it came about, but somewhere we exchanged numbers just to chit chat. And as we would go dashing, we would text each other. We'd talk about certain orders, things like that, right? So over the last year or so, we've become very close. And I realized that having a dashing buddy like that has a lot of benefits. And so today I want to talk about 6 benefits of having a dashing buddy or more than one. That would be helpful to you and something that you may look forward to if you're out there a lot and you work full time. So the first one is that it helps to pass the time, and it's someone to text with while you're dashing. Now, this is kind of funny. So I've been dating my girlfriend for 2.5 years, and in the beginning, when I was dashing, I was constantly sending her messages about the current order and how I got screwed and how this guy's fucking up. And it was just constantly, I was talking to her about door dashing, and she couldn't give a shit whatsoever. She was nice enough to act like she cared, but she didn't, right? So once I started being friends with this guy, Eddie, me and him would talk about it, and I didn't have to talk to her anymore about the experiences I was having at the moment. So that took a lot of pressure off my relationship and boring the hell out of her. But the idea is that now, because I have this guy, Eddie, me and him can talk about, which customers suck, which restaurants are taking too long, what great things are happening out there. So it gives you someone to help pass the time during the day while you're waiting for orders. You have someone to text and someone to talk to, and it just helps the day go a lot faster. The second thing about having a dashing buddy is that it's someone to hang out with while you're waiting for your next order. So both Eddie and I both sit at QT, which is a gas station, a local gas station, and it's right in the middle of all the different restaurants. So while I'm waiting for an order, I usually hang out there, and so does he. And so instead of just sitting in my car and staring at my phone or, just being bored to death, if we're both not on an order, we're both sitting there at QT together, and we hang out, we talk about shit. We just talk about football or whatever it is. So it's just helpful to be able to have someone to talk to while you're waiting in between orders, rather than just sitting in your car. Benefit number 3 is that it creates some fun competition. So while I'm out there and he's out there, we're both part of the large order program. And so we get sometimes these large catering bag orders. And we sort of like tease each other. I got this one, you got that one. An order where he's making $30 and I'm making $40 and then he's making $50. So it sort of gives some sort of competition that it's fun. Sometimes I'll wait all day and he'll get order after order making $50 at a pop, which gets me a little pissed off. In the meantime, it kind of creates this competition between Eddie and I while we're out there dashing. So again, makes it more fun to have somebody to do that with. The fourth reason to have a dashing buddy is that you have someone to call in case of an emergency. And I'll give you 2 examples. So while we were out dashing, this is a while back when Eddie had an older car. He has a new car now, but his battery was bad. And so 2 times he called me and said, "Hey man, could you give me a jump? I'm stuck." So one time he was in the middle of the road. Another time he was at a parking lot. And because he was my friend, I had no problem. I went and met him quick, gave him a jump, and he was on his way. So it was easy for him to call me because he knew I was out there, close by, and I didn't mind doing it. Now, another time, I actually had a delivery that was like 5-6 miles away, and leaving the customer's house, it had just rained, and I went to go back up in their large yard, and I got stuck in a mud pit, and I couldn't get out. The more I tried to get out, the deeper I got into the hole. So I called Eddie. I said, man, what the fuck am I going to do about this? I can't get out of this person's yard. He actually went, called his own AAA, and he came over there and met me, and we waited for the truck, and the truck pulled me out. It was something that was extremely nice of this guy to do. He took the time out of his day to do it, and he managed to get me back on the road. So having a dashing buddy like that gives you a peace of mind that in case you ever have something like a dead battery, someone that you can call right away if you don't have family, if your family's at work or whatever it is. Usually if you become friendly with somebody, they're eager to help you just, jump your car or whatever, okay? The fifth reason to have a dashing buddy is that you can send each other alerts about incoming orders. And let me explain this one. So both of us live fairly close to the center where we kind of hang out. So QT is not very far from either of our houses. So very often Eddie will like to, go home. If I go home and have lunch, he goes home and has lunch. Even if a decent order comes in, let's say he's home and he gets a nice size order and he doesn't want it because he's eating lunch, he will decline the order. But before he does that, he'll alert me. He'll say, hey, there's a big Target order coming your way. And before he declines the order, I put my car in reverse, get out of my spot, and I start heading to Target, where when he declines that order, I'm already near Target. Boom, I get that order, right? And I've done the same for him. I'll be home, and I'll send him a message because I'm done for the night, even though I have the app still running. I'll say, hey, this girl Michelle, who tips very big, Michelle's order's coming in. Watch out for that, So he knows that that's coming in. So it's good to share, especially in the situation where your app is still on and you're not really taking orders because you're at lunch. If you have a dashing buddy, you can let them know about that order that's coming in so they can start heading to that restaurant before they get the order. Chances are they have a better chance of getting that order if they start approaching that restaurant that your friend just told you about. Okay? So that's kind of a neat thing to have. And lastly, you can also help each other with pickup information or drop-off information. So, for example, something simple as Target, right? So I've been doing a lot of Target orders lately, shop and delivers. He's done 1,000 of them. He knows where every single item is in Target. And I've been doing them for a little while, but I'm still having trouble finding certain items. They don't always put the aisle numbers. So if I'm looking for an item and I can't find it, I usually text him. He knows Target so well, he'll usually tell me where that item is, and he's usually right? Or something like, let's say, for example, I'm delivering to an industrial park, and I can't find the front door of this place, and I'll say, damn it, I'm delivering to PepsiCo. I don't know where the hell the door is. He'll say, oh, it's around back. You have to go under this awning, because he's done it for so long. So having a dashing buddy actually helps you, especially if one of you is more experienced and the other's less experienced, you can kind of rely on that person for information that might help you with the delivery or the pickup. I've actually picked up from a restaurant that I never picked up from before. And when I mentioned that, he said, oh, you have to go to there's a shelving system on the inside. They usually put the orders on the shelf, right? So when I walked in, I knew right away where the shelf was and to even look at the shelf instead of waiting for the person to come to help me. So that's another good reason too. So all in all, it's just good to have a dashing buddy, somebody that you see all the time, that you feel comfortable with, you've talked to enough at different restaurants, exchange numbers. Again, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs while we're dashing. We make fun of the people at the restaurants. We make fun of customers. We really have a good time doing this. So it's good to have a dashing buddy. So get yourself a dashing buddy. It just makes DoorDash so much more fun, less boring, and makes the time pass faster. All right? So that's my advice for today. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. That helps me in the algorithm. Also, if you haven't signed up yet and you want to become a Dasher, I have a link in the description below. because, there's a benefit to me if you sign up under me, compared to if you just sign up on your own. It helps me make a few bucks. So anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. I haven't made a video in a while, so hopefully this one's a cool one. I don't know, but we'll start covering some more topics in the future. All right, guys, talk to you later.